We're here doing strength conditioning with Memo and Chris, Denina. The big difference I see with this, David, to be honest with you, we didn't really work a lot of legs. And, for some reason, I always thought a lot of heavy weights were bad. But now when I see Memo doing them, so I'm totally convinced, that this is really good. So you guys are going to see a different David, man, strong and fucking hitting harder, So we're super excited about this. And I can see it on sparring now and everything's going well. And he looks strong, fast, and really good.
Brother Chris does embroidery, no?
Yeah.
Way to put it on.
Last one.
Easy one.
Muy bien.
Yeah, we're working on his, today is a strength night, so we're working on his strength, some exercise to develop explosiveness. And as we're getting closer to the fight, we'll be doing some switching. Like tomorrow we have track with other things, but as you can see, the weather changes so much, so we have to adapt to whatever we have. So we're doing sprints tomorrow likely here when the electricity gets on. But we're working hard. As you can see, he's motivated, so.
David is on fire.
We're doing a lot of transferring exercises with medicine ball, reaction drills, speed, and a lot of other things that we help them to maintain their speed without getting tired. So, and then obviously the most important, without losing power. So we're doing a lot of things. If you want to come tonight, come back tonight. We can do some good stuff.
Jose, what's the difference you've noticed with the training?
You know what? We got the best strength and conditioning in the world. I think, I'm not going to lie. Me and this guy fight a lot. But that's good. At the end of the day, I like him,
Yeah.
I think he knows a lot. And every camp, I think I would be lying, if I say, but, he understands. I understand. We're professionals. At the end of the day, I'm super happy he's here. David loves him. And he's doing a great job, man. At the end of the day, he has to show his work. I got to show my work. If David wins, we all win. And I'm very confident, he's going to take him to the next level with all his knowledge. And he's really good at what he does. And, man, I can't fucking wait for March 25th to see what he does. David already throws a lot of punches, but with this guy, I'm convinced he's going to take it to the next level.
Yes! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Yes! 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 Yes!
Two more.
Yes!
One more.
Yes!
That's it. It's over.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I don't think David's ever done the type of training that I've seen clips of you putting into. I guess, how do you plan something like that for a boxer that has never really done scientifically based training for boxing?
Basically, you got to go through the process of physiology to understand. For example, David, sometimes when you have him do an exercise and then you see he's capable of doing it, then you can do a lot of different exercises that our objective, and my objective as a strength conditioner for this fight, is for David to be more explosive, very strong. For that matter, we had to do a specific training of weight training, as you saw. Several percentages that we use, and obviously for David, I have to see what he was able to handle. But he showed me that he can handle. He has a good coordination. He has good lifting skills. So it was very easy for me to add up what we needed to have. Like, we're doing not only lifting, we're doing a lot of sprinting. We do a lot of medicine ball drills. We're doing a lot of elastic drills, and he's very good. He's very capable. I was very surprised because in the past I had athletes where they so athletic when it comes to boxing, but when it comes to conditioning drills, sometimes they kind of have a little bit of a not coordination in certain areas, and that you have to implement different drills to get the same benefits that you want, but it's different. With David is completely the opposite. He comes in, He learned everything I taught him, and he's doing it very well. He's doing it. I mean, I'm frankly not because I'm working for David. It's just I'm very happy and very surprised that I found a David that he could actually do everything because my training systems are very tough. It's not easy, but once you get on it, it becomes very enjoyable. David is already a very explosive fighter. Naturally, hand speed is there, conditioning is there. But this is going to benefit him more because it's going to give him the more conditioning that he needs to be able to throw more punches. But every punch will come with a lot of power behind it. So it's not the same throwing 6-7 rounds of several combinations, and then as you get closer to the 12th, then your strength is minimized because of the lack of build up and other stuff. That's what we're training on. So he'll have 12 rounds of consistent power punching, and whatever angle the fight, even if it implicates chasing Caleb around the ring, whatever the whole situation could be, he'll be prepared. He'll have condition. He'll have a lot of speed. He'll have a lot of power, most important, and the recovery is gonna be great.
I like that one, River. Go, push it over. There you go. Yeah, fight me and then go. Go. There you go. 3, 2, go.
Only 3 seconds, daddy time.
I really see my guy winning. I seen him in sparring. He's always have 5 different sparring partners, fresh one after each other, and he's really in a position where I see him so great in conditioning that I had to sometimes hold him a little bit as far as my end because he likes to work a lot. Like for example, tonight we work at 7:30, and he'll be training. And if I tell him let's make some changes because you're already in a good capacity, which means you're already almost peaking. So I had to do other things to maintain his levels now as far as conditioning. And he looks great, man. I mean, you see him in sparring, he's dropping people, he's really going. He has a great sparring partners. Blancas is here sparring. I'm also working with Blancas. So as he's getting better to peak, the other sparrings that I'm working with, they're also getting ready to peak, so they give him more competitive training. And Benavidez' father is doing great too. He's also trying to hold him because that guy is ready. He's a lion ready to be unleashed on fight night. And I'm very, very proud. So I see it winning this fight. Doesn't matter what angle. Like I said, if he implements chasing Caleb or Caleb wants to exchange, it's gonna be a great fight. Definitely good fighters both. Well, most of the guys that I work with, like for example now with David and Blancas and Rayo, they were so excited at the beginning knowing that I was gonna be here because they follow my work. They seen who I work with, and basically they're already coming in with me with a different mentality, with a mentality of trying to absorb whatever I show them to, and they do it correctly. With Blancas, he's also a guy who has very good muscle coordination. Rayo as well. So I'm very happy. Like I said, I didn't have to start from scratch. Like I said, there's some guys that they want to do or they want to train as much as they can, but sometimes they don't have the will. And any athlete without the will, you can be the best strength conditioner, the best trainer in the world, but if you don't have the will, the fighter, trust me, it's not gonna go anywhere. And these guys, they put 100% every day, and the mentality of them right now, they know it's a big fight for them, is a big picture for them, and they know they know it is very important to look beautifully. So they put every effort to as well, and they very motivated along with David. That sometimes we train together as a group, and they love that. They love that they get the mentality set, and they clearly want the big step. They know that I'm here to work. They know I'm a very nice guy, but when it comes to work, we gotta work. After that, we can joke around all day you want, but when it comes to business, they know I take it personally, but they listen, and I'm very happy for that.
The one thing too I've always wanted to know, it's just some guys just gas. Is that like a genetic thing?
No, not really. It's a lot of, obviously some boxers or some athletes, they do have genetically, they might last some more, some of them might not. Depends. For example, if you're at an altitude level, your hemoglobin value is going to be higher. For that matter, you're going to be a little bit more lasting boxer in the ring. But if you train properly, like in physiology, you have different aspects of training. You train conditioning wise, you take lactate training, you take creatine training, all these kinds of things. But that's what I'm saying. This is when it comes, when you choose if you see your guy and you say, okay, this guy, he can throw a lot, but he gets out on the 4th. Then you got to figure it out, okay, this is what's happening. Now I got to make a program where he can last 10 rounds throwing more punches and recovering within. So that's when you start doing programs differently for every athlete. So yeah, there's athletes who have the ability or the advantage of genetically, but you can also overcompensate that with proper training, like conditioning wise. For example, a boxer that gets tired in 4 rounds, especially when he throws a lot and then he has to go around and trying to gas for air. You got to train with him lactate training. Lactate training.
what does that
is-
mean, lactate
Lactate training means you push your body, your body or the boxer to train under no oxygen conditions. So your body's gonna, in response, is gonna have so much lactate as a buildup in your body, and that's how you feel when you throw in punches and you can no longer, you still want to go, but you can't have no muscle contraction because lactate acid is so much in the blood that at a particular time your muscles cannot contract. They cannot produce more ATP, so you cannot contract. But that's like physiology, talking about human anatomy. But when you use a lot of that into emphasizing and building programs, custom training. Like for example, I don't work with everybody the same. I gotta work, for example, with David has different needs. With Rayito has different needs, with Blanca has different needs because they also go in different rounds, different opponents, and that really matters because you want to have your guy to have every tool possible in the ring. If it's an exchange, like 1,000 punches per fight, you want to make sure he has mobility. You want to make sure that if he goes to distance, it's fine as long as he has the ability to move and not gas out. So yeah, genetically, like I said, there's genetically there's people who got better genetics. But that doesn't really mean that you cannot make them better athletes. You can always make them better athletes through different systems of training.
I always wondered about that.
Yes,
just
sir.
like some guys.
Yeah, because
just
you
gas.
guys eyes on altitude, right? Mexico City fighters, they normally have hemoglobin levels of 15, 16 because the altitude is so high. So they obviously, when it comes to sea levels, they have the advantage because they got more. They have billions of red cells extra they produce during the altitude or because they live in an altitude all his life. So they're going to have the advantage. But, when it comes to sea level athletes, the ones that train in the sea level altitude, you had to push them to train harder, like I was studying the lactate pads, so they can be able to overcome the situation of having less hemoglobin or less recovery periods of time. I mean, there's so many ways to do it, but it is worked great for me. And like I said, you can make beast machines.
That's true. Well,
Yes.
you're working on one right now.
Oh,
with-
man, yeah.
with David.
I'm very excited about him, and just not because he's gonna watch this. It's just the way I see it is, he trains hard, man. And it isn't, and he does it very well. And the way I see him inspiring, man, it's amazing. He's benefiting a lot, but he's also not to take part of the whole situation. But he's already a guy who can throw a lot of punches. But now it's different. It's more smarter about it. He can throw a lot. He can build up back to back. I mean, he's amazing, and I'm very excited, for the fight.